Hey, what's going on, guys? This is just Mitchell Miller. Hey, in this video, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of self-education, okay? Now, this video is going to be in some aspects going to be geared towards men, since that's really who I talk to, but women will also find this video helpful as well. What wanted me to set out and film this video is today I was filming stories on Instagram while I was sitting here sending video pitches for my marketing agency, and I got into this topic where I thought of this book called A Happy Pocket Full of Money. And this is, out of the 150 plus books that I have, this is probably one of my absolute all-time favorite books. What I like about this book is you would think A Happy Pocket Full of Money, Infinite Wealth and Abundance in the Here and Now, that this would be a book about like getting richer. And while it does touch on that area, it's more of a spiritualistic book. I always mess that up. More of a spiritualistic book, and the fact that it's not necessarily an abundance of like trying to get money, but it's an abundance of trying to get everything out of life: giving, receiving, building relationships, making money, obtaining goals, just becoming a better person, living in the here and now, and just having an abundance of everything, okay? And so in this book, on every single page, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am joy. And so I'm going to read you a quote to start this video off. It's 4 words in this book, okay? So it actually comes from the Bible, okay? Proverbs 29:18, without vision, we perish. This is a powerful quote, and this is where I'm going to start talking to the men that are watching this video. As a man, we are born into this world as nothing. It is our job to become somebody of value. So going back to this quote right here, without vision we perish. Think about that. A man who lives without purpose, a man that lives without vision, a man that lives without goals is the guy that's going to have his girlfriend or his wife go and cheat on him with somebody else or leave him. A man without visions, a man without goals, or that's setting out to achieve something, to become a better man and educating himself so he can become a better person, is a man that's going to find himself with low self-esteem. This is a man that's going to feel unaccomplished in the world. This is a man that's not going to feel good enough. This is a man that's going to become depressed. This is a man that's always going to be searching for what his meaning in life is, because he's failing to live his life without vision. It is our job as a man to push through boundaries, to build towards something, to achieve goals, to just become that masculine leading figure. And that's why this quote to me from the Bible and Proverbs was so powerful. And so how does this tie into self-education? Well, let's talk about that. I think since 2016, I've always had a mindset of when I wanted to get into like entrepreneurship and just self-education, of a growth mindset, okay? Somewhere along the road in my life, I consumed information that told me I can have a better life if I simply go out and I look for ways to have a better life. And so I say this very often, and I live by this. Every single time I have set out to learn something new, my life has gotten better and better and better and better. And I will always say that, because it has. I don't understand how people, especially a man, can be okay by living a life of complacency. Like, yeah, I've got a job, I've got a car, I've got a girlfriend where I think things are good right now, and that could be like, she could leave him like 6 months down the road because he's doing nothing with his life. But these types of men, they're like, yeah, listen, this is what I have in life right now. I don't want to do anything else about it. And the fact that if you're not, what's a quote that I heard? If you're not learning, you're going to get left behind. Or if you think of like education, now we're in the time right now where artificial intelligence is starting to become like a real thing. Artificial intelligence is going to replace so many people in the workforce. So if you think that you can just live everyday life without learning something new to become a better person, you are going to get replaced, you are going to fall behind, and you are going to be miserable because of it. If you don't sit here and continue to educate yourself, at some point in the future, if you get replaced from artificial intelligence, you're not going to be able to pay your bills, and then what? And then you're going to be out of a job. What are you going to do then? How are you going to feed yourself? How are you going to take care of a family? How are you even going to start a family? How are you even going to want to get a girlfriend to want to be with you? You can't support them. You can't do your job as a man and support a woman. They're not going to want to be with you. So there are so many different ways that you can educate yourself. And if you're not familiar with the VAK model, let me explain it to you. So this came from a topic of neuro-linguistic programming. VAK is vision, auditorial, and kinesthetic, okay? People learn, let me turn this cushion off. People learn in one main way, well, don't quote me on that. One main way, it might be 1 to 2. So a lot of men are visual creatures. Like, we can look at a woman and immediately know we're into her. Like, yeah, she's hot. I want that, right? So if we take that, for example, I love watching videos because when it comes to watching videos, I can be engaged, I can see what they're doing, and I can follow along with the videos. I have audiobooks right now that I'm listening to, and I've listened to one of these books called 3% Man by Corey Wayne probably about 7 or 8 times now for like specific sections of this book, and I'm still having a hard time fully retaining everything. And then the other one is going to be kinesthetic, okay? So kinesthetic is like hands-on, like touch. And I think a lot of people, men and women, can benefit from kinesthetic learning because if you're doing something hands-on, that repetition of actually doing something is going to be ingrained in your brain, and then the more you do it, the more repetitions you get, the better you're going to get, and you're going to build confidence around that, okay? So when it comes to education, what are there? There's courses, there's books, there's audios, there's downloadable PDFs, there's ebooks, there's like mentors, like one-on-one coaching, there's group programs that you can take. I don't believe, now I never went to college, okay? There's a reason why I had to drop out of college, but I only made it to state college, so I never made it to like a big university. But regardless, seeing as I'm in the business scene and I work for myself, I don't need a college education to build a business, okay? I've got a bookshelf in there of 150 books. I've got business book, training bookmarks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 different bookmarks on my training bookmarks from stuff that I have paid a lot of money for. I like Frank Kern's ad school, not Frank Kern's ad school, his old program about email marketing. I bought this years ago. I paid $4,000 for. I just got done Master Internet Marketing by Jeremy Haynes. I paid, I think, $4,000 or $5,000 for. I have spent an astronomical amount of money on self-education because I do not believe in simply not becoming a better person every single day. My self-esteem or my ego, if I can find a way to get better at something, okay? So if whether it's marketing, whether it's attracting, like how attraction works between men and women, marketing, sales, taxes, businesses, for example, right? If I set out to learn something new about how to become better at that field, I'm going to outperform everybody else in that area simply because I know more. Now, let me say this, don't make this mistake when you're going to go down the road of like self-education. So first of all, you got to understand that like if you're going to start like reading books, for example, I love reading books because I love the I don't know what it is I'm trying to say, but like the fact that I can build a bigger bookshelf, like something that I'm proud of. Like fuck yeah, bro, I got a bookshelf right now of like 150 books. That's something I'm real proud of. Reading is something, it's like going to the gym if you've never been to the gym before. It is going to start a new habit. And so just picking up reading all of a sudden, if you've never read before, like dude, that's not going to be easy. Like you're going to have to do it every single day consistently until it becomes a point where you're like, oh, hey, I want to, read every single day. And so if you make like a schedule on like your Google Calendar, for example, like I think I have 6, I haven't followed this in a long time, I've got to remake my schedule, but I think it's like 6 to 6:30, or is it 5:30 to 6:30? I'm waking up, eating breakfast, and reading books. Okay, that's what I have right now, and I got to change that because I did mix my schedule up for specific reasons. I think like a month and a half ago or 2 months ago. Okay, so I'm now doing more around like 12 o'clock is when I do like a lot of like 12 to 1 when I get back from the gym. Mainly is when I'll do like a lot of education. But here's what I need you guys to understand when it comes to self-education. It's if you're going to start reading, start taking courses, or start listening to audio programs, you only retain 10 to 30% of the information that you consume the first time around. So for Corey Wayne's book, How to Be a 3% Man, that one's involved with like dating and attraction and relationships. He recommends reading that 10 to 15 times so we can retain all of that information. And I'm on, for specific chapters, I'm on like, I think, audio listen like 7 or 8 right now. And I'm still like missing aspects of it. And that's why you really want to listen to this stuff. So if you're going to take a course, for example, it's one thing to go through the course once, but you're going to have to keep revisiting that if you're going to retain everything that this person is teaching you. Now, on top of that, just because, I made this mistake back in 2016 when I first got started in all this. Please do now. With books, I think it's more or less, but with online courses, if you're going to pay a lot of money for in order like start a business or something, please do not. Well, I guess this accounts because I'm doing this with Corey's book. If you're going to learn something, please act on whatever it is that you're learning. So if you're reading a book that tells you, how to go and like do something. So I'm going to make this quote because this is what's part of the books that I'm reading. It's like how to go and talk to people, like talk to girls that you don't know. Please don't just read the book or watch the videos or listen to the audios and then not go and act on it, okay? It's one thing to read something, but you're never going to retain that information and actually learn from it if you don't go out and use the information that you're learning from somebody else. This one's crucial because I had spent so much money on programs in the past and I only just went through the videos maybe once or twice and I never really did anything on it. So I have hindered myself in that sense that I wanted to learn something and I just, I didn't really commit to learning it. Now, in fairness, I didn't understand that whole 10 to 30% law like actually existed. But now, now that I do. And so going back to that, like, again, when it comes to just learning something, like you got to sit here and ask yourself, are you okay with having other people be able to like outperform you in an area that you like? If you went to college, for example, like if you graduated from college, I don't believe that you should just stop educating yourself just because you graduated college. Okay, it's like my dog right now, like training my dog. If I don't consistently work with him, that training that I spent all this money on, like when I sent him to police school and whatnot, that's going to regress over time if we don't consistently work on it. So when it comes to self-education, it's not okay for you to just go to school or not go to school and then just think because you have a job right now that you don't have to learn anything new. You're going to be replaced. Somebody is going to become better. Like if you don't consistently educate yourself to become a better person, and like I said at the beginning of this video, especially when it becomes time, or especially if you're a man, people look better. Like look at all the successful men in the world, okay? Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. Look at some of these actors that everybody goes crazy over. These successful people. We all look at them with the utmost respect because they've achieved levels of such success that a lot of us wish we could get to. But these people consistently educated themselves and took action on whatever it is that they wanted to become great at. And if you're simply okay with living your everyday life, being complacent in the life that you have right now, you're gonna get beat out, you're gonna get replaced, and your life, like I said earlier, like your life as a man is just gonna fucking suck later on. Like I said, you might lose your job. You might lose your family. Your girlfriend might break up with you, cheat on you, or go find somebody better. And she might actually find somebody better. So it's like, from that point of view, if be the man that your girlfriend wouldn't want to leave because she's not going to be able to go out and find better. Be the man that you can look in the mirror and be proud of and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I did that thing today. Be the man that your children, if you want children, especially your son, would want to look up to. I read a book by Connor Beaton, and it was basically saying, like, listen, if you grew up without a dad, or a dad that was like a supportive figure, you need to become the father that you never had. And that's something that hit me. Like, you know what? Like, yeah, my dad was never in my life. My dad cheated on my mom, total piece of fucking garbage, wanted nothing to do with him. When I was in ICU dying after I got hit by a drunk driver, my mom told me that even though I was so high on drugs, I told him to get the fuck out of the room. And I'm so proud of myself for that. Because I do not want people in my life that mean nothing to me, basically, right? And so, like, when it comes to that, then you gotta sit here and be okay. Like, are you okay with just becoming mediocre and living your life like the way you are now? Or are you gonna do something to learn a new skill so you can go out and make more money, have better relationships, live a better life, buy the things that you want, and become the man that you want to be, and become the father, again, assuming you want kids, that your children can look up to? That is that is a deeper reason why I think self-education is so important. Because I think it's your job as a man, no matter what happens in your life. Remember, everything happens for a reason spiritually, and everything that happens to you, if you got like broken up with, or if you got fired, or if you fucked up on something, that happened to you for a reason, and that's a lesson learned, and you need to be thankful, no matter how bad it hurts, that you were taught a lesson. Because as a man, you learn from pain, and that pain you're going through is going to let you, if you allow yourself to feel your feelings, which you should, do it privately, but you should, that's going to allow you to feel that fucking hurt, and then you're going to allow yourself to self-reflect, look at your own actions and what you did wrong, and then you can go out and find solutions to fix those problems, to becoming a better man and have a better job, have a better relationship, have a better life. That is the importance of self-education, and I love the growth mindset, and this is something I'm always going to be excited about. Anytime I'm around somebody that talks about improving their life in any way, shape, or form, no matter how drastic they think it is, anytime I see somebody do at least 1% more of themselves every single day, I am so proud of that person, because they're going in their uncomfort and they're learning new skills to become a better person. That is the importance of self-education. And again, without vision, we perish. All right, so that's going to be the video. If you like this, make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any questions or leave them in the comments down below, and I'll get back to them later on in the future. And with that being said, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.